and businesses of all sizes.
Oh, it's going to be
as
great
we work
for
to
us,
open markets around the world.
You're not telling the American people the truth. We know that the Trans-Pacific Partnership has been negotiated in secret for 5 years.
He said, you're not telling the American people the truth. They're escorting this protester out.
They're going to hurt the American people. They're going to offshore our jobs and lower our wages. They're going to...
Let's have order. All right, remove this person from the...
So they remove her out. They take her out. And then they've organized this, so they've got, as soon as they get her out and she shuts up, they've got another person who comes in there. Watch this.
We're saying stop fast tracks.
No TPP!
No! We don't want supersized NAFTA. We don't want
Remove these people.
losing our jobs.
This government bureaucrat, and they unfurled, for those of you who are just listening, they're unfurling the big banner behind him. PPP Fast Track is the protester dragging that guy out. That's enough, guys. Yeah, listen, if you want free trade, you don't need multi-thousand-page documents to do it, negotiated in secret, with only corporate lobbyists attending. It's not free trade. It's anything but free trade. And this is not simply about trade. This is about much more than trade. This is about a global corporate governance. They're going to change copyright laws. They're going to force GMOs on people. They're going to take over the internet. This is another means of internet control that they're going to use. I'm very, very disappointed to see many Republicans who should know better, Republicans like Rand Paul, saying that he's going to support this. I think if he does, it is going to gut his support with a lot of people. I think a lot of people are going to say, that's it. He sold out to private, secret, corporate interests, because anybody that votes for a fast track has done that. That's something we should be very, very concerned about. And it's good to see people standing up, taking the risk, and even getting arrested for that. Now, Obamacare. We're told that this is the Affordable Health Care Act. We had headlines just the last couple of days from Bloomberg as well as from Media Matters saying that the right wing is lying to you about Obamacare. Affordable health care, it turns out, is affordable after all. We got this headline from Bloomberg, says Obamacare will cost 20% less than initial projections, says the CBO. Then we've got another one that's a bit stronger from Media Matters. It says right-wing media won't tell you that the CBO's new Obamacare cost estimates are lower than expected. Oh, but meanwhile, we're seeing that actually they have gone up to $1.93 trillion. Actually, that's a 12% increase over just 3 years ago. So what's going on? Who's telling the truth? Again, they're grouping the data. You can make the data say anything you want if you massage it enough. The CBO has done a 10-year projection. They did one back in 2012, and they did one just recently. Now, we reported on this when it happened back in 2012. If you look at this article that we had, it was in March 22nd, 2012. 10 years of Obamacare would cost $1.76 trillion, far more than originally claimed. That was 2012. They were saying that it was going to cost $1.76 trillion. Go forward to this last October, and we had an article on Infowars.com from RT. Obamacare likely to cost $300 billion more than thought. They say it's gone up $300 billion since the summer of 2012. So that was back in October. Just this last week, we saw articles all over the internet. We saw $2 trillion to cover just half of the uninsured, actually a little bit less than half of the uninsured. That was the headlines from New American. We also saw other outlets talking about this. We had the Daily Mail saying that it was going to be $1.993 trillion. That's $200 or $300 billion more than they had expected. So that's a 12% increase in just 3 years. So what's the difference? Well, the difference is one of those is looking at a 10-year cost, and then the one that Media Matters and Bloomberg is cherry picking, that they are grouping, is only looking at 4 years. They're looking at 2015 through 2019. So by picking the endpoints, they can come up with a 20% decrease. Why is it going down 20%, but over a 12-year period, it's going up, over a 10-year period, it's going up 12%? Well, it's because Obama has arbitrarily extended so many of these things. If it looks like it's going to hurt the economy before the election, he pushes this out or he grants arbitrary restrictions with executive orders. So by doing that, he's pushing the costs out a few years. Then the liberal media goes in and looks at a shorter period of time at the front and says, oh, look, it's 20% less because he's pushed these things out. Then they say the right-wing media is lying about it. We can't afford Obamacare, but it's more than just the efficiency. It's about freedom. We'll talk about that when we come back.
What's the best way to keep secret from somebody? Well, you give them something that they want so bad that they don't care what you're hiding.
The year is 2007, and 20% of the state of California is employed in real estate.
We live in a capitalistic nation of kings and prey upon the greed of the selfish pawns.
Based on a true story.
We created the American dream, where everybody could qualify for one of these loans.
Americans. In select theaters, January 23rd.
It's no secret that government and big business buy in bulk and get huge discounts not available to the little guy. Until now. Introducing a breakthrough crowd buying website where people can join together, buy in bulk, and get massive discounts on millions of popular products. It's TogetherSave.com. TogetherSave.com. You can save 20, 30, or even 50% off tablets, smartphones, cars, appliances, textbooks, sports equipment, video games, and much more. All with free delivery. Check it out. TogetherSave.com. Visit now and start group buying today at TogetherSave.com.
Interested in free Bitcoins? Stay tuned for more information. Are you worried about Big Brother watching your bank account? Frustrated with annoying fees? Concerned about unauthorized access to your account? What if there was a way to be your own bank? Bitcoin gives you a way to take back control of your money. The citizens of 2 large countries have already turned to Bitcoin when their economies collapsed. Unlike US dollars, there is a limited number of Bitcoins. The government cannot simply decide to print more. 8 million people are already using Bitcoin anonymously, with 90,000 retailers accepting them. Investors have put $4 billion into Bitcoin, with millions more being invested daily. BitRush.com is based in Texas and provides the most profitable way to own Bitcoins. To receive your own free Bitcoins, you can visit us at www.bitrush.com. That's BITRUSH.com. Or call us at 1-800-200-8202. Again, that's bitrush.com or 1-800-200-8202 for free Bitcoins.
Millions of people are going to get sick this winter from colds, flus, and other illnesses. Make sure you're not one of them. Protect yourself with Supernatural Silver, a revolutionary new product. Recent advances in silver technology have resulted in a silver solution that can be used daily to help prevent bacteria, viruses, and fungus. Supernatural Silver is safe enough to use daily, while powerful enough to help your own immune system destroy the causes of many serious diseases. Supernatural Silver has the ability to terminate entire colonies of harmful bacteria at several hundred times the effectiveness of colloidal or ionic silver. The Science Digest Journal says silver is our mightiest germ fighter. It is virtually non-toxic and is emerging as a wonder of modern medicine. Go to supernaturalsilver.com today and use the promo code SILVER2015 for 30% off. Give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance with Supernatural Silver.
Attention all radio listeners. Survival Life is giving away free credit card knives exclusively to our radio listeners here today. Visit mycreditcardknife.com to see this covert knife in action and claim yours for free. It's the same knife you've seen in the airline magazines for $29.95, but today it's yours free. Just pay shipping and handling. mycreditcardknife.com, mycreditcardknife.com. Go now.
Managing your business and customers isn't easy, huh? SnapForce customer relationship software may be just what you need. SnapForce CRM is a software solution that helps you manage everything important about your customers, from sales to marketing to service and support. All of your customer information is right there at your fingertips for easy access. It's time to take control of your business in a snap. Get your free trial at snapforce.com. That's SNAPFORCE.com. Snapforce.com.
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show on this Thursday, January 29th, 2015. I'm David Knight, your host. We're going to be joined in the next segment, Paul Joseph Watson from the UK. And, of course, he had a story out yesterday. The UK government announces a plan to remotely control vehicles. That's something we've been seeing coming for a long time. As a matter of fact, Obama has mandated devices on American cars. And I forget exactly what the time frame is, guys. Maybe you can look that up. But it's only about 5 or 6 years out that we're looking. This is something that is coming. They're selling it as safety, as convenience. You know, you can just get in these cars and they'll drive themselves, and you can just sit back and play on social media or do whatever you want. You don't have to be concerned about driving your car. I think it's a very dangerous thing because it illustrates the continuing movement towards a total control grid of your movements. They're not just concerned with tracking your movements. Of course, we had the report earlier this week about the DEA saying that they, back in 2009, they were going to record everybody's license plates at gun shows. And they said, don't worry, we didn't do that. They probably found a better way to do it, as I mentioned in the last segment. But we also saw this week that the TSA wants to look at your social media posts before they let you fly. They also want to look at your bank details in the UK. And now they say, we want to control your car. Don't worry, it's for your own safety. Believe me, they're going to hit that number hard, that it's going to be for your own safety. Just before we went to the break, we were talking about Obamacare, affordable care, you know, that has gone up 12% in just 3 years, according to the CBO's estimates. And of course, the liberal media is goobering the data, looking at a very short section of that, not 10 years, but looking at 4 years and saying, no, it's going to go down 20%. Well, it's going to go down 20% because they have pushed the cost farther out. But of course, we got Republicans who don't want to do anything about it either. One of them, of course, is not just Boehner, but we got Governor Kasich of Ohio. He says, if you oppose Obamacare, you're a bad Christian. This is something that comes from Campaign for Liberty. They point out that he's been going around the country stumping for a balanced budget. Can you feel the cognitive dissonance there? He's going around stumping for a balanced budget and Obamacare at the same time, something that we now see from the Congressional Budget Office is going to add $2 trillion to the debt over a 10-year period. I mean, we're looking at a total debt that's about 17 trillion right now, 17, 18. So we're looking at a pretty big increase. That's about 1/9. That's about 11% increase just for that one program, just for only about half of the people who to get insured. And of course, these are going to be largely in the forms of subsidies. Well, hey, subsidized insurance is great, isn't it? Where's that money going to go, that subsidy? We've been saying from the very beginning, this is nothing but a massive transfer of wealth from the American people to the insurance companies. You're going to pay for that subsidy in taxes. And where is that money going to go? It's going to go to the insurance companies that write the checks for the Democrat and Republicans in office. Now, this is what Kasich is saying as he's going around talking about a balanced budget amendment. First thing he did to explain it was he said, well, hey, it's not going to cost Ohio any money. We're going to get that money for free. We're going to get it from the federal government. I guess they're just going to run the printing presses a little bit over time. But of course, we all know that eventually it's pretty easy to point out that that's going to have to be paid back with interest by us or by our children. So then he changes tack and he starts talking about the compassionate side of it. Washington said that government is not compassion, it's not eloquence, it's not persuasion, it's not any of those things. It's simply force. But he puts it out in terms of this is our Christian duty to provide Obamacare, government-provided health insurance, because it's not even health care, okay? It is health insurance. You're buying insurance and hoping that you're going to get health care, but just because you've got health insurance, as so many people have found out in this country, doesn't mean that you're going to get health care. But he says this. He says, well, I think I want to feed the hungry and I want to clothe the naked. And I have to tell you, I read a horrible story in the Wall Street Journal on the weekend about people, one man in particular, freezing to death over in Montana, and they've turned down about $500 million of help, I'm told, and that disturbs me. So, you know, it's about helping your fellow man, but, you know, God never said anything about practicing charity with other people's money. That's one of the first problems with this. And God never said that you need to go create a giant government bureaucracy to help people. Part of helping people is to make sure that you are doing it one-on-one. That's the real important thing, to step up and help people yourself. You can't depend on government agencies and bureaucracies to do that. They won't even allocate the money to them. They're going to keep more than half of the money for the bureaucracy. It's not even a good charity if you want to support that charity. but they can't tell who really needs it. And it's a faceless giving of money. It has nothing to do with being a good Christian. Stay with us. We're going to be right back with Paul Joseph Watson, and we're going to talk about making the trains run on time. Stay with us.
We're on